Guys, welcome to my channel. I'm April Honey, and today we have a very special custom code request. This request was given to me by the one and only Gabriel Horizons. He gave me a photo that I will go ahead and insert right here. And he wanted to create this string as a path on his island to represent the song Invisible String. And I'm really excited to be able to draw this out for you guys. So the first thing I did, as usual, was make the big yellow string, right? Because that's the most important part of this path. And the key with making light up items, like anything that you want to be glowing, you're gonna have to have a lot of contrast. So the step down between the brightest color and then the second color next to that is going to have to be a little bit severe in order for you to be able to see it as a glowing item. And then to create that flicker and flame coming from the string, we went ahead and we added a little bit of texture and we applied that and tried to make it look a little flame-like. We didn't want it to be too bright in the middle or have too many actual straight lines of brightness, because then that would kind of take away from the effect. So along the outer edges, I matched the grass at the time of day that he was going to record or set his dream address to. And I feel like that was the way to go. Anyways, when given something like this, you guys, I had to consider so many factors, like the time of day and where the path was going to be used. It wasn't just like making a glowing string. There's no opacity in the pixel art for Animal Crossing. So in order to create that opacity, that opaqueness, like where you draw in Procreate, and then you would just fade something out using an airbrushing tool. And in order to create that effect, you have to consider the ground and the color of the item that it's going to be placed on, and then you have to bring that color in and kind of blend it out so that it will resemble that opaqueness, and you'll see that little bit of subtle variation. And that's kind of what I had to do with the color palette up on top. I just took a bright yellow and then I used the greens of the grass on the ground, which is going to be whatever color depending on the season and the time you're trying to do. It's going to be representative of that. And this is the color of September grass. It's an exact match to the September grass, so it doesn't really stand out very much at all. But then that string had to be a very bright yellow, and it had to be super light in order to create that glowy effect. I tried to make it more yellow. It ended up looking a little bit like scrambled eggs, so it didn't work out that way. It had to be like almost silvery in order for it to work the way we wanted it to, because the surface that it was going to be on was a mid-tone, and if it was going to be on like black, then yes, I would be able to make it more yellow. But because it was going to be on the grass, it needed to be like a little bit lighter and closer to a white than a yellow. So all of those things are things to consider when you're making your color palette for this. Your best bet is to draw something and try to match it with the colors in the game. So draw something outside of the game and just kind of hold it to your game and try and match those colors that way and make your palette that way. It's a little bit easier that way. You can also take a picture, a real life picture, and go to acpatterns.com and import that picture as a custom code there. And instead of using that custom code, because it never comes out right, it's not the best way of making a pattern, it will give you a color palette, however, and just go ahead and copy that color palette exactly, and it'll spit it right out to you, and all you have to do is copy it, and that'll make it a lot easier for you as well. So there are several different ways you can go about this. If you do it that way, you do have to make sure that the grass isn't going to be an issue. So if you're going to do a custom code and you're going to put it on like wood planks or paneling, then that's a little bit different. You can definitely get an entire color palette from that. But if you're going to do it in the Animal Crossing grass and it's going to be like a path, like the way this is a path, then you're definitely going to have to take a lot more factors into consideration, and you're going to have to adjust according to those. So I can't stress enough that this whole design was basically made by the color palette. There's no way that this could have worked out without a color palette that works for it. Aside from that, I just created a very whimsical line kind of winding around, however, any which way or which direction. I just made sure that it was pliable and it met all of the pieces. It does have to meet in the center line, so it met all of the pieces, and then I made like the little flickers coming off of it, and then I shaded down from there, or highlighted down from there, since there's no real shading, only highlighting. And then I made the strong flickers, and then around that I made like a subtle glow, and then kind of faded that out as well. So it's not a hard one. I would not consider this to be a hard code. So if you do try it and you enjoy it, please let me know in the comments. I love to see it, and hopefully you guys are really enjoying these custom code tutorials. If there is something that you want me to do or you would like to see, then please, by all means, let me know. I would be happy to give absolutely anything a try. So I wanted to take a minute and thank my channel members. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I would not be able to do this without you. And also to my subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Your support means the entire world to me. I know you guys could be doing absolutely anything, and you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate you so much for that. I hope everyone has an amazing day or night. I will see you in the next one. Bye.